bar that turned into just kind of the warehouse for what we were working at the time, which was just the old wine barrels and some of the bourbon barrels. When we opened up this facility.
Man, that's a lot of barrels.
And,
that's a lot of barrels. Are you kidding me?
So what we had before was probably a fifth, if that, of what we have here. And we had one 60-barrel fooder, and still have it next door in the brew house.
Nah, okay.
And then we were able to, expand our collection first with these three, all brand new French white oak, and these guys are 90-barrel fooders, specifically made for wine, but obviously it utilized for beer or capable of using for beer. And these ones, American white oak, specifically made for beer. But come with a little bit of a price tag. As sours do. These guys are like 20 grand a piece.
Woo, 20 grand for these barrels?
Yeah. So it's a handcrafted high-end product.
This is the same for bourbon barrels, right? White oak is the same type.
Yeah. The big difference would be with the bourbon barrels are charred.
Used for bourbon.
And these are just fresh on the inside.
Okay.
And obviously we're keeping tabs on everything, close tabs on everything. The newest part of the collection would be the fruiting tanks. These guys, we've got peach and nose, we'll check into that. This is generally the newest barrel. We got some Pawpaw fresh as of last month. I think they're just now winding down on the primary fermentation, so not really aromatic as.
What's going through these tubes, man?
Little bits of Pawpaw pulp.
Little Pawpaw pulp. Okay.
Yeah,
Pawpaw pulp.
Kicking up through them.
Okay.
Do you reuse these?
Yeah. So once we use barrels through a whole cycle of fermentation, we'll clean them as lightly as we do with sours. It's not like we're using caustic and really like going all the way. But we'll clean them out and just kind of check into them, make sure they're still like up to par. We're always trying to keep the collection healthy. We'll fill them up with water and put them back on the rack until we're ready to fill them back up with something else. But all the barrels have a noted history, and then they've got tabs on all the beer and how that's going along the way.
So you literally, so this is in 13 is when it started. So you've used it all the way.
Yep. So this guy's just sitting here with water, waiting for his turn. But yeah, he's got his whole history. It's cool.
Yeah.
One of the great things, so Upland has always got, started in '98, working its way from the original facility here next door on up, the bottling line on the west side, all that stuff kind of coming from old breweries being repurposed. The first thing that we really bought brand new, the first thing we built brand new was this facility. So this is the first facility that Upland has ever built. This is the first bottling line that it ever bought brand new.
Oh, this is the bottling line right here?
So this is,
okay.
Kind of the workhorse of ramping up the production on top of all the space. This thing really allows us to kick out a fair amount more bottling. Whereas before it was, I don't even know if we have our hand bottling line around here anymore, but it was all hand bottled, cork and cage before. I don't know if you were.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I think these are just. Honestly, I'm not sure exactly what they are, but they're always doing little tests to
okay,
see
little
what
experiments.
Sort of tweaks they might want to do with anything.
Yeah.
And the Quarry Creek Forest and Sky were all like Monroe County, spontaneous fermentation. So we actually went out with like ball jars or petri dishes and harvested and propagated our own like wild yeast from a few different places in Monroe County. Specifically, come and check it out if you'd like. we got some of the new labels for the next release. So the black raspberry we just bottled today. Peach coming up next month. Basis
word up.
probably after that.
Will the basis be a 750 or will it be like a?
It looks like it's gonna
500?
be a smaller one there.
Yeah,
Maybe
300.
we got the
okay.
330s and the 500s.
Yeah, 330. Okay, there you go. I like the fact that you guys are doing that too. That's-
Some of the older stuff. I actually saw some of these original works today. It's a fella
Is that right?
in Montana, an artist
Montana?
that that painted these, and then we're working with our marketing company, our marketing firm in Indy, to kind of take the paintings and graphic
Sort of-
design
yeah,
them
that's
into the labels that we're looking for.
Yeah.
And
Huh.
it was really cool to actually see on paper the paint.
Yeah.
That's like
Then
what
you
we're
convert it to-
pulling
Yeah.
all the new labels from. I
Where
can't
did
really.
the original paintings?
I saw. I mean, they might be upstairs. I'm not sure. Doug Danhoff, the president, was in here with some of our ladies just doing a little bit of woodworking around the bar, and they were talking about
Get some up.
displaying some of
That's
that up on this gray, this raw gray wall up there. But yeah, let's check out a little bit of peach here.
Yay, yay.
Pick one out. So
Yay, yay.
I think this is, we've got all this peach this year, so it's going to be kind of a substantial release.
All this is peach?
All this is
Is
peach.
that right?
So we actually did 3 3,500 pound pallets of fresh Georgia peaches this year.
What?
So brewers and a few other in-house employees sat down with knives, pitting for a whole week. Pitting, and we got a new freezer because you know all the fresh fruit that we fruit
Right.
with.
Yep.
You want to freeze
Has to
it,
be
kind of
to-
break
Right.
down the cell walls to allow it to
Right.
kind of
Right.
introduce itself to the beer a little bit better.
So when will that bottle?
Bottling some.
So that'll be a year. How long does that sit here?
So this has been fruiting's generally like a 3-month process, but it was about 6-month-old, 7-month-old
Then
beer
you'll
before
age it,
that.
then you'll-
Yeah, so you know the peach will end up being about a 12, 13-month product, all said and done.
That's cool.
I think this one, yeah, very peachy, wonderful. Say we go peachy and wonderful. So
Peachy and wonderful is good.
peachy and wonderful. We'll go a little bit. This guy.
Ooh, straight out the vat. Come on, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Straight out the vat. Straight out the vat.
There we go, fellas.
Oh, thank you, my brother.
You are very welcome.
It smells very peachy.
So it's gonna be a little less acidic.
Yep.
Mm.
Still smells.
Mm-hmm.
Still smells like our sours.
It does.
It's on its way, not quite there.
Mm-hmm.
So these guys are nice, allow us to punch a little more volume out.
It's cool.
So why did you just spray that on there?
It's a little bit of decolorized iodine to ensure that there's no contamination coming back in the spirit.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So we gotta let a little bit go on the front
Right,
end.
we ain't trying to have no
Yeah.
no Bourbon County going on up in here.
Yeah, no, we already got what we want going on in there. We don't need anything
Yeah,
else
don't
happening.
need anything else happening.
And this is another new piece, only utilized when we're kegging, you know, because we've always thrown the live culture in the bottles for bottle conditioning and whatnot. But when we're kegging, to avoid contaminating lines, especially when we're distributing to other restaurants or tap rooms, we'll pasteurize it so that you know it's a non-invasive product at that point. But a
I saw
nice
the
piece of
goose is pasteurized and all the Bourbon County issues.
all of it.
All of it. Everything.
So, you know, like these guys, they're real picky. They're very careful about ensuring like quality along the way. You know, we've had issues with carbonation, therefore, you know, we've had to dump batches as tragic as it
Really?
is. Like sometimes. when
Like
things
how
are-
much did they dump?
The
It's
last
over carb,
thing
yeah.
it was Cauldron. You know,
Cauldron,
one
yeah.
of my favorites.
I like Cauldron.
And we couldn't get it to carbonate. I think it was 600 gallons.
What? 600 gallons of beer? Y'all just tossed it.
Yeah, I think they were working with Matt.
Dang.
Last name eludes me. A professor at IU who actually teaches and
Carbonation. He's a professor of carbonation. Or?
No, just like beer science
Okay.
and like yeast and whatnot. But
Dang.
we've been working with IU to kind of like overcome some hurdles and whatnot.
That's wow.
Yeah, so this is essentially, you know, the cellar where all the magic
Word up.
happens after brewing the wort, which
Word
still
up.
happens next door. And I can't run next door, I'm kind of down here.
Yeah.
But if you want to run along with Caitlin, who's a little bit more experienced at running the tour, she's here.
Bro,
She's back
that
with
that
the
was
crew.
fantastic, bruh.
Yeah. Cheers.
Bruh,
Cheers. I got
bruh.
you.
Let me
I got
get
you.
another one. Ah, yeah. That's what's up. Yay, yay, yay.